Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the ESL Meisterschaft. We're going into our next match. Obviously, it's going to be Divizon versus Euronics. We're into the second map of this one. This is going to be on cobblestone. So now we move to the map pick, at least, of Euronics. And I mean, they've already picked up a map in some great style. Can they continue the streak carry?
Well, I mean, it's not entirely out of the question just yet. But I mean, only time's really going to tell. We're only heading into cobblestone, like you say, and both teams have a fairly good track record on this map. Divizon, they're 4-0 with a 100% win ratio, and while Euronics, they're 6-2, so admittedly a little bit less, but still, they're going to find themselves in a very good light. The only thing you have to bear in mind is these two teams have actually already been head-to-head on cobblestone. The one time they played against each other, Divizon won with a 16-10 victory. That's always something to bear in mind, and after the comeback we saw earlier, I wouldn't say it's entirely out of the question to see Divizon pull off something equally as spectacular in this map.
Yeah, definitely. It could go either way. I mean, some could say even though the previous map was a bit of an upset in the sense that Euronics, we didn't really expect them to take it away, and even at points that they were leading, it was looking like Divizon were at least racking together a pretty good comeback that eventually got thwarted. But at the end of the day, it is going to be the best team who wins and heads over to the finals, which will be later, up against Alternate Attacks, the winner of the previous map, who beat previous match, who beat Penta 2-1. But we're jumping right in, boys. We're not having a delay. We're not waiting. Into the game we go, and that's been one of the highlights, at least for this event for me so far. It's a LAN event, Harry, and we've not had delays. What the hell is happening? This is brilliant.
It's,
we all love ESL.
Efficiency.
German efficiency. There
That's
we
what
go.
it is.
They can build stuff, they can get events on time. It's awesome.
If this was a LAN anywhere else, if it's in Sweden, you've got to assemble it yourself. If it's in the UK, it's just terrible. So let's go anyway. We're going to be kicking on into this and straight out onto the B side. Divizon, they're making a lot of ground. Freeman and David K, they shut down two players, but Bomb is ticking down. And they're just trying to play around the fountain, trying to hold on to this plant. You can see two players now falling back over towards Plat, but no one is down on the side of Euronics. They've got a lot left to do. Syken and Marky find themselves 1 versus 4. Now it's going to be a 1 versus 3, and Skrunk is going to be able to take him out. Bomb goes down, but the round going to go the way of the Euronics.
Yeah, nice stuff there. And it's actually, we were just chatting at the beginning, but not sure if you picked up on the fact that the Divizon actually bought up 2 Tech 9s and gave them to the 2 armoured people. So 2 of those players left didn't even have armour, which made it a lot more difficult to play that round, obviously, because if you have a Glock with no armour and you have, 2 or 3 players like that, it's going to be very, very difficult, which made it a lot harder. Those guns are great for entering, but as soon as you lose the Tech 9 raid bosses, you're a bit screwed. So a nice attempt, at least. You typically see one player do that, but 2, it may be a bit of a curveball and it doesn't quite work out. So Euronics, look at this spicy buy, Harry. They've got 4 UMPs. They've put together an M4 as well, Noddo, but the lack of utility on him, not going to be too much of an issue, but I like this. The thing is, obviously, is they're probably going to bring this into the next round, because I don't see Divizon getting too much impact into this round. So these UMPs, if they're brought into the buy, that could be a bit dangerous in the upcoming. Oh no, the bomb.
Yeah, Bomb just tumbles out through the window, and with it, so do the hopes and dreams of Divizon into this one. The UMP's making quick work, just shredding through the soft, squishy, fleshy exterior of these remaining Divizon players. Fails it, locking down a winner, not allowing anyone out. Backed up, of course, by David K, and they just completely ruin the offensive there from Divizon to find 3 frags on the back of David, 1 for Falza and 1 for Skrunk, which is a nice bit of money farmed up on the side of Euronics. Everyone with a UMP picking up frags. That means, what, a total of $3,000 farmed up split across those 3 players. So it's going to go 2-0. Divizon finally able to buy up. Don't have much utility to go into this one, but they are up against, majority speaking, UMPs.
Yeah, this is what we said. This is a really dangerous one for Euronics. They've really got to watch out. Of course, you can play these UMPs to the advantage if you play close-up range, but at the end of the day, Divizon, they should really be taking the A site, to be honest. They know what they're up against. They know these UMPs are in the hands of Euronics, so why not just hit A? Why not play the safe way? But no, they're going to walk into B, and this is exactly where you want to take these UMPs to the fight, because Broken Wall, Drop Down, Plat, these are all the places where UMPs are going to be greatly superior to AKs in some sense of the word. But look at that fail. Bit of a miss of a Molotov, but it's not going to matter regardless here. Let's see how this goes, though. Divizon, they're already pushing up towards the plateau, and with 1 minute and 15 seconds left on the clock, we are going to see them finally start to make contact.
Falza finds the first with that UMP, dropping out. Keto continues the aggression over towards platform, and he's just shutting them down, putting this UMP to work, looking for a third, but Marky is able to return it better late than never. Looks for a second frag, and he gets it. David K gonna find it hard to play without a face as he continues this aggression out on towards the B site. The rotate already fully underway. As you can see, 3 players right now for Euronics pushing on through. Skrunk trying to grab control of drop down. for the time being, Bomb still isn't down. 40 seconds left. Time's going to start to become a bit of an issue. They have to deal with the players on the site because they are a bit landlocked over towards platform. Otto finds himself another frag. Keeps on going. And well, now the refrag does come through in the form of Cressy, but it's still a 2-on-2.
Yeah, it's very slow around here, but Divizon, they're just trying to find themselves a pick. Quickly, Threeman's going to get taken down. That's Alex to find the kill. All on Skrunk now. These UMPs have not worked out as well as you would have hoped, but Skrunk, he finds one. He's going to be able to secure that AK-47 as well, so equal playing field now. He has a kit to play with, no utility either, so it's just going to come down to that aim and the positioning. Wrapping around the back of the site, Cressy will walk into it, and he gets it as well. That will be Divizon to pick up that first round there on the board as we see a 2-1 finally go their way, and a pause called out as well here from the Divizon side. Not sure if that's TAC, but I imagine it's going to be Tech.
Yeah, there we go. It's a problem with the in-ear headphones. So, yeah, they just have to quickly deal with that. But, I mean, you know, pause coming in will also give them a little bit of time to potentially try and mull this one over. Isn't really much they can change just yet. And the pause should be called off relatively quickly. But, I mean, still, it's a 2-1 start right now for the side of Euronics. Divizon, they are able to pick up this one, putting those AKs to good use, punishing the side of Euronics for, you know, sticking with them UMPs.
Yeah, that is a real issue as well. I like it when you use it on the second round when the T's didn't get the bomb down, because it means you have 2 anti-ecos to garner yourself a lot of cash, and it means investing in the M4s after that, after you've gotten yourself 2 kills each, usually isn't really that much of a deficit. But after one round, having to then go with UMPs, it's a huge risk. You should have at least 2 or 3 M4s in that kind of situation. So a real deficit for Euronics, but again, it's not over for them. They can bring this back with a win, obviously. They have got to buy out into this round, and although it will be kicking off to a bad start with Syken taking the first kill, a potential reset back on the cards for the Euronics side.
Yeah, we can see the man advantage going the way Divizon early on is what you'd like to see, and they continue this aggression, although they have got 3 UMPs in play, which is a little bit curious up against the fully bought side of Euronics now. Perhaps misreading the economic situation a little bit, but plenty of utility still to play around with. They send 4 players over towards this A site, the 5th now joining them. Fails it, quick to find a frag out on a Syken, shutting down that long aggression. You can already see the effect it's had. Divizon, they fall on back. Marky able to put the UMP to good use though at close range. Is able to drop Otto, winning control of connector to the side of Divizon.
Yeah, splitting into the A site is possible here, but they don't even have any ramp control, so just going to come in straight through the door. David, good timing there, catches out Marky. How did he not hear the first shot going off? And Belzer peeks out again. That's a leg shot. He needs to find a kill, but the Molotov burns him alive. He takes one at least as he goes down. David as well, wrapping back onto the site. He just misses that spray. He's going to fall to Keto with his UMP. Now Threeman rotating back in for a 1v2. The bomb yet to go down. 33 seconds left on the clock as Threeman. He tries to find himself a pick, but the bomb's going to be planted regardless. Smoke used to allow Alex to just get out of position there. Reposition her back over towards the plateau. Great after part as well with that AK, and Keto's going to be set up right and ready for this hold. So Threeman, he's got a lot to do, and he's going to push himself right back in. Finds himself the first player, but no, Alex says no. He's going to deny it with a headshot. Divizon, they pick up a second round on the board, and that will be the reset quenched. So Euronics now on their own pistols as they go into this eco.
Yeah, and it's going to be the 2-2 scoreline Divizon we're hoping for. You can see an AWP on the back of Alex going to be in play, and he's someone who previously on train, once they got that into his hand, they looked almost like a different team, just being able to play off the raw, you know, long kind of long angles that he could hold with the AWP in question. Now watching it towards long, nearly spots out some of the aggression from Skrunk, who actually opts to fall on back, take things a little bit more passively. With a minute 35 on the clock right now, Divizon not pressed for time whatsoever, and they're looking to try and make their way out in towards drop.
Yeah, just passive play for the time being for Euronics, not wanting to push up and give anything away, even on plateau there, where you can kind of get aggressive with their pistols and be able to punish some T's with nades in their hands, setting up for a take, but that's not going to be the case. Just holding off is going to be Euronics' strategy for the time being. Threeman gets tagged up a fair bit, but it's not going to be anything too dangerous. Skrunk will be taking the fight over towards A. In the meantime, though, gets sprayed down, not going to be connecting those Syken. He can't miss this, and he doesn't. Takes him down. Now 5v4 and Divizon, they're going to be pushing up towards his A site. Bomb in the hands as well.
Man advantage going the way of Divizon. They continue this aggressive, and well, I mean, Threeman on site has to be the linchpin into this one. Are they going to check it? Just walking through the smoke. Marky, he's going to bite the dust. They go for a second frag, but Alex quick to refrag on the AWP does now mean it's all on Failsa. 1 versus 4. 5-7 in hand. It's trying to spot out this frag on Akio, but it's not going to go his way as his head gets caved on in. It's going to go 2-3 as Divizon, they take the lead.
Yeah, now finally switching it back up. Obviously, were doing pretty well on the previous map. It was a close loss, but at this point, you know, 3-2 on this T side, forcing Euronics into an eco, double eco at that. It's going to be very, very good here for the T side. So if they can just continue this on, there's potential to bring this to a third map. Mirage should be interesting, considering we haven't seen that map at all today. So it'd be nice to get a bit of everything. We're very multicultural. We love our you know, mix of maps here. So it'd be lovely to bring in Mirage later. But regardless, pistols are going to be out here for Euronics. And Divizon setting up outside of this A site here, B site, sorry, with a flash going in as well. Cressy leading this charge. Headshot comes in through, fails a trade, but he's going to fall as well. Cressy, that's 2 for him. He's going in for a bit more, and he finds it. Anti-eco, not too difficult, in fact, in Skrunk. He's not going to wield anything there with that Zeus. Just having to bunny hop back into the site here to try and pick up the pieces of his fallen team.
Got a Zeus in hand, and, well, he looks to try and spike some fear into the hearts of Divizon. By putting this to use, he's waiting on the corner patiently. Like a lion stalking its prey, does have the Zeus in hand to deliver some volts to the heart of his enemies. And, well, if they do decide to go aggressive in towards drop, he will be the man with the gun to handle this. And it's looking like they're going to get a little bit curious here, and this could potentially bode quite badly for them. Oh, saying that. Marky, just that, you know, coming up trumps. That does take him down. It's going to go 2-4 Divizon, and they find themselves with a 2-round lead. Finally, Euronics can get another buy up on the cards.
Yep, and this is going to be their best chance really of getting themselves back into this matchup, and the AWP is going to be an interesting mix-up as well that we haven't really seen so far too heavily for Euronics, and obviously it's early days, but they do have a chance of at least getting themselves back on this board here. 1 player towards A, 4 on B. Typical setup here from Euronics, playing it safe, and considering Divizon have hit towards B pretty much every round here, it's going to be the best idea to stack 4 players towards this position. They even have David right outside the connector so he can rotate if need be very, very fast, but even so, talking about rotations, Skrunk, he's already moved back to the site, so pretty much set up for this B play just in case, because Divizon, they're not showing any presence towards A. Now this push comes through. Otto, he's going to deny the first. Still no trade. Otto on that tree. He's making massive damage. 2 kills. Bombs dropped in the open. Molotov goes down for the tease, but fails that he can still hit the shot, even though he's pushed out of that coop by the burning flames. 2 remaining players here for Divizon, and they are going to be stuck in a really horrible pincer situation.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky. Backs against the wall. Alex Sart trying to chime in with one on the back of the AWP. Does it take out David K, but still, they are now stuck over here on platform. Bomb is going to be out in the open. They have to try and peek to get it, but there's so many players right here for the side of Euronics. Fails it quick to frag into Alex. Keto does get the return, but he's going to get tagged down to 9 HP in the process. And it was almost an impossible task there. Skrunk finishes him off to secure a 3rd round on the board for Euronics here. Like we can say, it's already a very, very close scoreline so far. Divizon looking to be pulling ahead a little bit early on here. Now Euronics in with the chance of putting a stop to that. Equally so, though, I mean, their economy very, very close to potentially getting reset if Divizon can pick this up. They have more than enough money to buy down into this round, and they are looking to be very comfortable. This is somewhat of a home map for Divizon. 4-0 currently throughout the series, 100% win rate.
Yeah, very, very important to note on that as well. So let's see how this round can go for Euronics, if they can carry on, if they can double down, if the reset is looming over their heads. Obviously, there's a lot of fear in that sense, but this double AWP could be an interesting thing to bring to the mix, and already a bit of team damage, but not too much of an issue for the time being. We'll see how it converts later in the round, and obviously Divizon, as you can see on the minimap, they're setting up outside of this B side once again. This time a little bit of pressure on A in terms of Alex, so what that's going to allow them to do is either flank him in very late into the round to catch rotations off or stop saving players, or potentially even split through the A site if they take a lot of early drop down control. It seems like they are putting pressure on that position, so yeah, if they're going through the connector, that's always an avenue for attack. But David, look at this, just drops down. They're going to hear that noise. Marky knows exactly where he is. Flash goes out as well. Marky's ready for the peek and he gets it. Headshot comes in. That's David as soon as he turns away from the flashbang, and that is some great work from Divizon to get this first pick.
Early frag going the way of Divizon does open up drop down. You can already see Marky's looking to try and capitalize on that after he dig frag. David K fails it. Oh, Platt not ready to give up long control just yet. Is a force to be reckoned with this AWP in hand. No one there to refrag either. Smoking it off and actually smoking themselves back just to try and render. Fails his position null and void. But it's Marky, the man with a plan. MVP of this round makes his way on out. 3 frags to his name, but he has to try and ace it for the win. As his team, they fool around him. The crossfire is set up right now between Skrunk and Fails. Oh my god, it's so close. Fails is looking at him, and then they both go in for the double peek. They take him down, and it's going to go 4-4 as Euronics Gaming. They equalize it out.
Yeah, nice stuff from them there, and obviously the lack of bomb plant from Divizon means that their money is going to be in the dumps as well, so 3,900 is a max. You could potentially get together a buy, and yeah, I feel that's like what they'll go to. German teams are kind of renowned for forcing, but look at the utility. I was thinking that, oh yeah, Alex, he could be the guy to buy up the buy the utility for the team, but nope, he's gone for the AWP instead, so he can't even do that. This is not looking good in terms of utility for Divizon. They have 2 flashbangs and not even a single smoke, so that is quite scary indeed, but we can already see him setting up outside of the B site. I mean, if you're going to hit a site with no utility, B is the exact one you want to go towards. Flash going over, but the AWP is still in play. Fails, he lands the first shot. Spots out the second as well. That's 2 in the bag. He's going in for more. His teammates start to fall beside him. It's Syken to get an entry, and Marky as well to follow up. But fails, he's still not done yet. He wants to repeat back into this angle, but just allowing his teammates to rotate in before he does anything too overzealous here. And the flashes, the last one, in fact, being used to get himself over the top. Tag coming in. Both of these players are red HP now. They're almost all far gone, and fails, he's just waiting for his teammates to do the damage, but Marky, he's going to drop Dreamland.
Yeah, now it's a 2-on-2, and it's both the AWPs tasked with taking down these 2 players, and Fails is going to get spotted out. Skrunk's able to refrag, but still he's up against a very low HP Cressy here. The AWP, not the ideal weapon you want in this scenario. And if he decides to go aggressive, tries to pick up a different rifle, they're all locked inside that B site. Cressy, he's more than aware of this, looks to be going aggressive here, waiting on the other side of the door. And while Skrunk, if he decides to push up, Cressy's going to be in a great position to try and deal with this one. But for the time being, he's playing the waiting game. He's just letting that time tick down, and it's working out brilliantly. It's all going to come down to which one gets out first. And oh, the peak! It was so incredibly close. And now Skrunk switches things out to the P250. Has to try and go for the push. Flash goes out to allow Cressy to cross. He does get the bomb, but 20 seconds left, and Skrunk is hot on his heels. Coming on in, 19, 18, it's going to be incredibly close. He gets onto the site, but they're just playing around it perfectly. He doesn't know that Skrunk pushed up towards short. He gets spotted out, and there we go. Cressy gets taken down. It's going to go 5-4 as Euronics, they take the lead.
That was such a clever play there from Skrunk in terms of holding onto the site. Just completely backing off. The timing got the better of him with the AWP scope, but at the end of the day, he did a very, very good job in terms of chasing down Cressy, not allowing that bomb plant on Cressy. There are numerous ways he could have played it, however, Skrunk, he read it perfectly. That is going to be the round to Euronics. Now, I mean, I always pick up on this. Skrunk just is a standout player for Euronics.
What was that?
Yeah, it was a little like hiccup mixed with like a cough.
That was awful.
Like a little cry as well. It was my hopes and dreams for Divizon just being shattered in my throat. But it's not the first time. No, okay, I'm not even going to get that far. I've lost my train of thought. No, okay, yeah, Skrunk, really just stand-up player for Euronics. I'd love to see him compete at a higher level to see what he could really do. He's always been a stand-up player for me, and while he may not be top ranking in this game so far, he's definitely got the ability to do so.
Definitely so, but saying that, it's actually Skrunk over towards mid to find one. David K chiming in, but another of these UMPs doing work right now for the side of Euronics as they look to try and chime into the lead. Syken able to get one on the back of that Deagle. Finds himself a second as well as he rips the head of Threeman off, and they continue this aggression. Now they want to fall on back. Going to be switching their sights over towards B. Failser, someone who has been so pivotal for the side of Euronics, who's just been able to lock down this site. He's going to be tasked with holding down long. And I mean, he's not the player I would want to be running into.
Not at all. Taking that first peek as well, going to benefit him greatly. Syken falls down, and the second as well. Easy stuff. Pistols aren't going to be a match for his AWP, and he even secures a PT50 on the exit, so just a little bit of icing on the cake there. The cherry on top. And Euronics, 6-4 now, taking the lead, but Divizon now going into their buy, so this is where things again get a bit dicey. We've got the AWP up for Keto this time, not Alex. I'm not sure if that's going to be thrown over, but maybe... Oh, no, he hasn't even got a body armor to play with. That's why. That's interesting to see Keto dom the AWP here.
Definitely so. I mean, Keto isn't really someone you associate with the AWP on the side of a Divizon. Normally, you'd kind of see it going over towards Alex, but I want to try giving it to him early on this time. That is very well, and very, very good decision to do. I mean, he's someone who can definitely AWP, and we did see Alex struggling a little bit with it earlier on. There we go. Fails it, misses his first shot. They'll be able to reconnect on the second to make up for that. And this Molotov doing great damage. Keto gets tagged down low, and he couldn't refrag either. He can't land the shot out on a Failser, who's showing that he is the superior AWPer right now. It's going to be a 1 versus 5. The AWP on the back of Keto, and he's got a lot to try and answer for here. Not a lot of time to do it in. He's very cornered in. Utility just raining on through, and Threeman does find that frag. It's going to go 7-4. Once again, a strong start from Divizon, but being shut down right now by Euronics into the latter stages of the game.
Yeah, definitely so. The lack of bomb plants really just are getting Divizon. I'd like to see the scoreboard again soon to see how many bomb plants they've got in the rounds they've lost, because it seems like they aren't getting many. They're always on these pistol buys, and they're going to invest a fair bit here, knowing that obviously they're going to be on this double eco. So it's going to be the pistol armor coming out, the deagles in their hands, and already Skrunk, he's willing to take a bit of a peek. Alex just gets shot in the face there. Bomb still dropped towards the open, so Alex can't even retrieve that because he's dead. So it's going to be the rest of the team to pick up the pieces of that bomb as Skrunk, he rotates back towards the site to just play this one safe, and on these tees just walk inside of his crosshair if they do want to commit to doing so. But Skrunk, oh no, this angle is dangerous. They will not be pre-firing this in a million years, you think, or maybe Keto will, but nope, Skrunk's going to take the shot anyway, goes in for more. He goes for a third as well. Pistol going to be out, but Syken trades. At least he's done the damage. He has nothing else to do because Syken, he's already out of ammo, and 3 men will just finish off. So Cressy, last person alive.
Able to find one, but that is going to be all she wrote as Euronics, they take themselves an 8th round on the board. Currently a 4-round advantage over Divizon, who had such a strong start, and now once again it's just this issue of, you know, being resilient and keeping that scoreline, keeping it consistent into the latter stages. And the second that they get beaten back a little bit by Euronics, we see them start to falter. 8-4 right now on a map that until now, I mean, it looks like Divizon have been very strong on. They were undefeated, something that we keep kind of saying. They also were able to beat Euronics on this map in the past, 16-10. But it is a fairly curious prospect that right now they find themselves so far behind with very little rounds left on their T side.
Yeah, this is not turning out to be the best of situations here for Divizon. They've really got to be calling in a pause if they lose this buy round, or I mean after the eco, maybe call in a pause, go, okay guys, what are we going to do? Because right now whatever we're doing is not working, and this is a T side map. You know, you should be picking up these rounds, and even if you're stronger on the CT side, you shouldn't be going 8-4 right now, especially not in such an important map when they, you know, only just lost the previous one 16-13. So you'd like to think that Divizon would be able to have a bit of a showing. And again, I was about to say it's early days. It's really not early days. We're almost at the end of the first half, and they've really not got their foot in the door just yet. But this is going to be the round to do so. Pushing into the A side. David spots out that first player. Syken going to walk into the spray. David re-peeks over towards long. Doesn't catch anything out. That's Skrunk's job. He's already found himself 2. Trade does come in, but the AWP is going to be one of the only players left here. He has to pull it out, and Alex, he will get one more kill. Trying to re-peek him for a second. No one going to present themselves. And now, if the Euronics just play this right and don't expose themselves to the AWP, this again should be their round.
Yeah, it's a 3-on-1. They have that 2-man advantage. They also have these positions set up. Alex misses that shot, and then Otto to get the frag while he's caught reloading. He's going to be able to get the 9th round on the board for Euronics here. And we are going to be seeing a pause come in for the side of Divizon. It is going to be a tactical, as you would expect, and it's good to be getting it in. I mean, you know, really, what is it? I mean, I'd imagine they're going to be focusing primarily on the second half, but also kind of the last couple of rounds. Issue is, I think this pause should have been called ages ago.
No, I do agree. The thing is, they picked up one round in the midst of it, so it's kind of gone a little bit back and forth in that sense. So once you pick up a round, you don't typically call out a pause after winning. You want to save it for when you're on a losing streak like they are now. So I can understand why it took so long, but even so, I do have to agree. You know, this has been a long time coming. 9-4, 2 left to the half. One of them is going to be an eco because of the lack of bomb plant. So, well, you'd think it was going to be an eco. They can obviously try and spice up the pot by bringing in a force now and attempting to win that, and then so they have a buy for the last round. But if they don't force it up, if they don't force it up now, they'll only have one buy round for the rest of the half, which means it's just not really much chance of them getting themselves on the board. Max is going to be 5 rounds, right? If that. So it is getting scary for them.
Definitely so. And well, for those of you who are just joining us, this is the second series of tonight's games for the ESL Meisterschaft Winter 2016 Grand Finals. This is, of course, Divizon versus Euronics gaming. Currently, Euronics are 1-0 up after they won Divizon's map pick previously on Train. Now we're seeing it on Cbble, and well, it's going to be a little bit more of the same. Euronics currently have a very strong lead. The winner of this, of course, goes through to face off against alternate attacks in the Grand Finals.
Yeah. And we're not far off of that as well. It's crazy how fast today's gone. If Euronics 2-0s this series, and we'll be straight onto the grand finals in, you know, a fair bit of time as well. So we may be getting down to the dirty very, very shortly. Obviously, it is going to depend on whether Divizon can bring this back to a third map on Mirage, or if Euronics are going to close it out 2-0, as we kind of didn't really expect. So let's see how it goes. Divizon, I do understand it. They don't want to go out of this half with a potential 5 rounds. They want to attempt to get that 9-6 on the board. And if they did, 9-6, okay, not the best score by any means, but it's definitely not going to be that bad. But I don't think Failsa wants them to get even 5 here, because he's the 9, 2 of them outside of this chicken coop here over towards the plateau. already shutting them down. There's just nothing Divizon can do, and they're just walking into the scope. Otto is the last to finish, and it is going to be Euronics 10-4 now as Divizon. No bomb plant, no money, no chance.
I mean, the real issue is if we're going to rush his site, I would not have gone towards B. Failsa has just been locking it down to the point where they can't even do it, you know, when they've got rifles. They could be in the best scenario possible. Failsa can be locked on the site 1 versus 3 and he'll still come out on top. He is performing incredibly well. 19-6 right now. Not the site you want to be going to, not without proper utility and a good setup, especially not on these rushes where he can just completely dominate their side of Divizon. For the time being, we're going to be seeing them once again over towards B. Failsa trying to go aggressive early on, boosts himself over the top of this smoke. Playing around platform, finds one, he goes aggressive, and Syken is going to be first to fall. Divizon now playing this with a one-man disadvantage, and Failsa not falling back just yet. Searching for a second frag, wants to try and fill his boots that much more.
Oh, but Marky's so close in the smoke here, Failsa. He may get flashed out, though. Great timing. Marky's going to peek with it. That's a refrag, and that's a key one as well. Divizon have been struggling with their refrags, but no, Marky, he doesn't struggle with anything. He's going to be able to get that kill. Counter flash comes back into 3-man. Going to be able to repeat back into that fight. Marky is dropped, yes, but still, it's a pick that Divizon really haven't been able to get so far this half, and now at least they are down a man. They are going to face a little bit of a struggle, but look at this. Scrunk, he's going to have to hit this shot. He's going to have to be timed correctly because Keto is walking up right behind him. Look at the timing. Oh, he turns back on it. Damage and kill. Scrunk finds it. That's so unfortunate for Divizon. They're going to have to rotate back in, but it's just not looking possible. As Scrunk, he's not done yet. 2 kills. Alex will fall, and Cressy, he has to pull out a 1v4 to end the half in 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. While some people are good at finishing things this quickly, Cressy, not one of them. He tries to continue this aggression, able to find one, takes out 3-man, does good damage onto Scrunk, but he pulls out the dualies at the end there for a little bit of BM, and takes down Cressy. Sadly, couldn't pull off that 1 versus 4, and ultimately, it's going to be an 11th round on the board for Euronics here, 11-4. Meaning if they win the pistol and the respective 2 anti-ecos as well, it'll put them at a 14-4 scoreline, 1 round away from a match point.
Yeah, we are really getting to the the edge of the map. To be honest, it's looking fairly conclusive in the hands of Euronics, and I'm not too sure what Divizon can really pull back in to win this one. It's going to be so dependent on that pistol round. If that does not go their way, then I think it's almost safe to call GG at this point. The mental game's got to be getting to them, and you can see they can't be too happy. Whereas Euronics are sitting pretty. They're pretty prepared for the second half, and this is not the Divizon that we were seeing in the previous map by any means, is it?
No, I mean, well, it's actually kind of tragic because it is the Divizon we were seeing in the previous map. They started strong, and now they're faltering horrifically towards the latter stages. If we start to see a little bit of a resurgence, a little bit of a comeback into this round, then it will be exactly the same, and it looks to be, just the case. Keto finds the first frag out onto Scrunk. They don't want to relinquish their 100% win rate on Cbble just yet. Not only because that's a nice stat to have, but also because if they do so, then Euronics will have won the series 2-0. For the time being, Cressy and Alex, they shut down the push through Connector, leaving this all on David K and Otto as they make their way up towards the A site.
Finally a round actually turning in the favour of Divizon, but can they continue it? Can they shut it down? It's only 2 players left, but they can still wreak some havoc, although the double peak going to succeed now for the CTs. Divizon actually pick up another round on the board. That's a 5th. And in good style as well as the pistol, so it means they're almost guaranteed 2 anti-ecos, especially with the Euronics not getting that bomb down. But I can only imagine a force will be coming into play. And again, take into account, Euronics are now on this favoured side. They're now on that T side. They can pace themselves. They can bring the fight to Divizon. And these Tech 9 armour buys, they are lethal when pushed fast into B.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I mean, the Tech 9 and armor buy, nothing to be messed around with. Instead, they're going to be focusing their attention over towards A. They leave Scrunk on the lurk. 4 members of Euronics stacked up outside along. Alex does get tagged down a little bit, but he's just biding his time on the other side of the smoke, allowing mid-control to go the way of Euronics, though. 4 members here, like we say, Scrunk on this lurk, and not allowing Divizon to rotate anyone off of B, preemptively or prematurely over towards this A site. Meaning a lot of the rotates are just going to be left to the last minute here.
Yeah, that is true. CT's just playing this one really, really passive, which is what I like. But it's funnily enough they got the same buy as Euronics did on that second round after winning the pistol. So it's always funny to see that. But Euronics, they're about to walk into the hands of Syken, who's going to be primed and ready with his M4. Waiting for these players to push into his crosshair. Also a player down towards lower mid. That is going to be, well, if I could read, Alex, who's got that UMP ready and waiting. But Euronics, they're running out of time. They're probably going to start to go for this push, and actually the Flash going to give away a bit of information now. Oh, that's 2 kills to you. Alex takes them both, and they run into the hands of Sycam as well. He's going to be able to line him up and knock him down. 3 for him, nothing for Euronics and Divizon. That's how you take a 6th round in style.
Definitely so. A nice start here to their CT side. I just hope this isn't the same sort of thing that we saw previously, where they actually managed to find a nice bit of ground in the second half and then ultimately end up losing it at the final hurdle. This is, of course, quite indicative, though, of the side of Divizon and just the pressures that's on them right now. They're a relatively new team. We've only really seen them perform online. So being here is not going to be any easy task. And I mean, you can really see that in their heart rate. Cressy at 144. He's, you know, he's a couple of beats per minute away from just... you know, leaving us all and departing into another realm as, well, they lock down this B site. Cressy and Keto between them, fighting a whole bunch of frags. Marky chumming on one of his own, but they do manage to shut down a couple of players here and there. It's all on Scrunk now, 1 versus 4. Cressy is going to be able to pick that one up, farming a nice bit of money for the side of Divizon.
Yep, $600 per kill with that UMP, so that's going to net them a good worth as well. So now the buy comes through. Again, Divizon don't lose really any players apart from one, so they do get to keep these UMPs into the next round. But you can see Cressy doing what Euronics didn't. He's going to be able to force it up, go for that M4 instead of the UMP, playing it safe. And yeah, I have to agree, keep a UMP, go for it, that's a good idea, but don't go for a triple or quad UMP buy against AKs. These rifles are lethal, and when you're 7 to 11 down, you don't want to start throwing away rounds because you can't be bothered to upgrade for 3100. So it's going to be a very safe play. A straight up peek from Divizon to get some information. They spotted the bomb, and look at this rotation. Instantly, they wrap their players back towards this site. As you can see, Cressy actually kicked things off for the CT side. Keto, he's going to go down at least in the return. Streaman, he's going to be able to drop him, but Cressy's still alive. He does try and pick up a gun though, and that's going to get him shot in the face as Felza. He comes out of the plateau. It's going to be a 3v4 and captures the rotations as Skrunk's already pushed him to drop down. Alex are just not being aware of that, and Euronics, they're going to pick up a 12th round on the board as well. So right off the back of it, they are going to be succeeding here as we see Divizon. Look at their money. 3 players can get a proper buy, 2 of them cannot. This is dangerous. This is a dangerous situation, sorry.
It's not going to be good, especially on that CT side where you're so dependent on utility to hold down these sites. We can see Cressy and Marky picking up a nice utility mount, as is Alex R. The pressure must be getting to them now. Cressy almost peaking at 150 beats per minute. I mean, you know, must be feeling the pressure. These spotlights on the stage just burning into him as well. Going to be adding to the tension that much more. And, well, 12-7 currently. 5 rounds between these two teams in Divizon. They don't want to go home just yet. They want to be in with a shot of making it through to the finals to play against Alternate Attacks, a team that they've beaten plenty of times in the past. Same with Euronics, but now struggling in this LAN environment.
Yeah. Again, that could make all the difference. You know, Pika's advantage is very different. It can affect aim-based teams as well. I mean, you know, some teams really are just onliners, and I'm not implying anything. I'm just saying, you know, maybe some teams just having their struggles on LAN, not having a lot of experience does come down to that as well. We talked about Euronics being around for a lot longer. They're going to have that LAN experience. The Division is lacking, and this is a great opportunity for them to get that experience. But maybe they're just not as prepared and not as you know, natural to it as whereas Euronics may be. So that could be one of the reasons they are struggling so much here on this second map, but let's see how they can do it. At least they have got this buy that we can see. So Euronics starting to push a couple of players up on towards A. Look at this rotation though. Division have completely rotated everyone back towards B, so all they have to do is wait for Skrunk to either come in on the flank or fake out on the site. Yes, this is perfect. They're bringing the bomb back, but actually the CT is going to be aware of it as well. Divizon rotating these players back through. There's already dropping out a balcony, but look at this. Skrunk's already jumped up on top of the site. He's going to be baiting them, holding them back. The player on the van gets flashed in the face, and Sycam will fall as well. So now 20 seconds left, but they should just have enough time to get this bomb down on the site.
It is going to be close, but it does make it across. Oh, it's going to be incredibly close at that. Fails really wants to try and take this fight, but he does get the bomb down nonetheless. 8 seconds. It's going to be 3 versus 4 for the retake now. A long flank coming out from these remaining players. Well, we can see Keto. Well, he does have the deagle, and he's gone for a very, very long flank here. It might be a bit overzealous, leaving Cressy with the A4 to try and make up for this rather long rotation. That's to try and find at least 1 frag to kickstart this retake, and as his position gets signaled to the rest of the Euronics, he is going to be looking to fall back and save. Keto over towards long, wants to grab himself a gun. He does take out 3 men. I imagine they're going to be hunting him down. Don't want to let him take too much out of this round. Cressy holding off by Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Can't quite do it. He falls, and as does Keto. It's going to go 13-7 with 5 rounds now, the difference between these two teams.
Yeah, this lead getting slowly but surely extended for Euronics, and they're looking like they're ready to close this one out, especially with being gifted a free round now as Divizon. They shouldn't be buying up into this. I really don't like that idea, so they are going to play it safe. That's good. Keeping with the pistols for the time being. A flashbang as well invested, so maybe they've got something aggressive up their sleeves if they want to push up towards a plateau, but the rest of them just going with these pistols and depots and etc. So a 14th round should be gained here from Euronics, and Divizon then will have to really pull it out if they want to secure this map. And it's not looking likely, at least in this round, because Threeman, he's already denying too.
Oh, Syken, that was juicy, but ultimately not going to be too great, as everyone else on your team has died, with the exception of Keto. They find themselves in a 2 versus 4 now, and while Syken might have the fast little trigger finger one taps, it's not going to be enough. He is only on a P2K. Keto going to be on the USP. Sam fishing all over the place here as he boosts up Syken to go and grab that gun. He's just going to be trying to bypass Skrunk, who is just waiting for this. And sadly, Syken does bite the dust, leaving it all on Keto. 1 versus 4.
But now because of their boost, they know exactly where he is. They know he's in connector. They don't need to watch anything else here. And yeah, he's just going to be going in through the door to his death, I can imagine, unless he's just holding for the exits here. Oh yeah, knife in hand. Okay, I like this. Why not, really? If you push into the site, you know what's going to happen? You're going to get shot in the face. So at least try something a bit, interesting. Sit outside the door, wait with a knife in the hand, and if they push out through this door into connector, you might be able to get a knife kill if you're very lucky. It's unlikely, but it's a better chance than pushing back into the site and attempting a retake. But he already realised these players are going out for their back off, so he has to walk in. So David going to be able to eliminate him, but Euronics, at the end of the day, 14-7 is going to be the score.
Yeah, 1 round away from series point now for the side of Euronics, and it's been a very convincing series at that, if they can take it. Divizon, they have to try and dig deep, find the resilience and the skill that we all know they definitely have. They've already beat Euronics on this map 16-10 in the past. They have a 100% win rate. And now Euronics on land looking to try and put that to the test. You can see a lot of aggression over towards this B site early on. Divizon, they have 3 players here, but the smokes and flashes going to be holding them back, preventing them from getting into the, hold positions. And ultimately, those smokes, they cut the site in half. They allow safe passage. Cressy up on the fountain, has to try and spot out a couple of these players, looking to try and flash himself through. And it might pay off here. I'm not sure they're going to be ready for it. It does make its way on the 3 players, but Skrunk is faster on the trigger. Takes him down. And now it's a 5-on-4. Man advantage going the way of Euronics here. Fails looking to cement it that much more. Drops out Marky, and bombs going down.
There's 3 players so tagged up here. How are Divizon not finding these kills? It's so easy. And finally, Syken and Alex will connect 2, but there's still 2 more low HP players. You'd like to think he could go back in for the retake here, but he doesn't have the information on not only the whereabouts, but also the health. I think if he did, he would 100% go for it. But no, backing off safely is going to be the right call to make. And look at this from Euronics, just phenomenal stuff. 4 rounds in a row now on this T side. They aren't going to have any struggles, and that is going to be 15 cemented. It's Divizon. I mean, it's not over yet. It's not over till it's over, but it's well, I can hear the fat lady singing in the background, if that means anything here.
All right, be sure to go downstairs and tell your sister off for the time being. It is going to be I meant to say my sister. I said the wrong thing.
BM, Harry. BM.
Yeah, well, I mean, my sister's a pretty large woman. But yeah, a little bit of a personal insight there to my life. For the time being,
I'm going to text her and tell her that.
Oh, you do that. Wait, why do you have my sister's number?
She's on speed dial, man.
Oh, okay.
She sells me heartbeat monitors.
That's right then. For the time being, it is going to be 15-7. Euronics, they've arrived at match point. 8 rounds for Divizon to try and catch on up here, and it's going to be an uphill battle to say the least. We can see they have got players over towards long, and a few making their way over towards B as well. Nice and spread out for the side of Euronics as per usual. Divizon with a very lackluster buy to try and hold this one back. Do have their backs against the wall, and I mean, it is looking like it's going to be very, very difficult for them to hold on to this one.
Yeah, I don't really see that happening at this point, but regardless, let's see what they can pull out. There's always a chance. You can always dream, as unrealistic as that is, but Euronics are going to be setting up outside of this B-side, just slowly but surely, methodically cleaning out these angles here. Cressy's got this Mag 7, and that is honestly a make or break. You don't see this as often. You only see it on the last-ditch buys, but it honestly can usually net you at least a guaranteed kill, sometimes 2 and sometimes even 3 or more. But the issue is he's holding the wrong angle. Peeks back onto it. Why would you hold your back towards the angle? Why are you holding drop down with a Mag 7? Mate, it's not that long range, but at least they're going to walk out and not check this angle where Keto can benefit. 2 kills to him. It's now in the man advantage for Divizon. Divizon, but it will quickly and swiftly be traded back out. However, a 3v2 in play, and Euronics have got to watch out for this close angle player. It's Marky to pick up 2, and Divizon, they're going to take the round, keeping it going, but still, I don't know what the hell Cressy was doing there. Very, very weird decision making.
It was a very weird decision indeed. And ultimately, I mean, they do end up paying the price for it. By losing him early on. It does still mean that Divizon, they live to fight another day. Going to go 15-8 scoreline. As we continue into this one, we can see the AWP on the back of Fails once again. Alexar ready to try and meet it with an AWP of his own. 7 rounds between these two teams now. Divizon have to try and stave off 7 match points in a row. We can see the B play looking like it's going to be coming underway as Euronics, they send 5 players here early on, trying to exert some pressure. Keto goes for the peak, but Fails are going to be able to take him down, putting the AWP to good use. The Mag 7 not going to be landing any frags, and suddenly the B hold gets completely annihilated. Alexar falls as well. It's all on Psych, and he's going to fall, and Euronics, they take it. They take this series 2-0, and they'll be going through to the finals up against Alternate Attacks.
Absolutely massive performance from them, completely. We did not go into this one expecting a 2-0 from them by any means, not even a 2-1 really, but they are going to take it. The experience reigned supreme and some massive individual performance. Skrunk stepped up, so many clutches from him. Velza with some perfect AWPing, and David just being a great support player as usual. Just a great team, a great mix of players, and they definitely do deserve a spot in the finals. That is guaranteeing them at least not only 3,400 euros for that second place, but also the pride of coming into this event and knocking out Divizon to secure their place in the finals. That is going to be the last semis match of the day though, Harry. We've only got the grand finals left. Are you excited?
I am. I couldn't be more excited. Seeing Euronics up against Alternate, something that I don't really think we were expecting that much. No one really thought that Euronics could 2-0 this. But ultimately, their experience on LAN, it all shines through, and it does allow them to take that in a 2-0 fashion. The finals just promise to get even better. We have 2 teams, both with boatloads of experience, going head-to-head. And we have all that coming up for you very, very shortly.
Yeah, definitely. I guess I can get the updated graphics for you guys so you can at least see what's going to be happening later on. I'm just updating that now, and I'll be about 30 seconds until we have it on screen for you guys. So, obviously, one more best of 3, then we're done. That feels weird. We've been casting this league for quite a few weeks. I mean, Harry's been doing the majority of it. I haven't been able to make every date, but he's obviously very experienced in this. So, it's quite sad to see all this, almost end here, in fact. So,
yeah, definitely so.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the graphics on your screen right now, though, just to clarify. Sorry to butt in, but
that's all good.
Alternate Attacks versus Euronics going to be coming up next as the final match of the night for the grand final. And obviously, for those who are not aware, the winner will net themselves 7,500 euros and the pride of being crowned the ESL Meisterschaft winner of 2016 winter. Anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to say, like you said, I mean, for me, I've done all of these, and you really feel like you kind of get to know these teams, how they do, who they're strong against, what their good maps are. Seeing it all come into this, this pinnacle, the culmination of all of, everyone's efforts who's been working on this, the guys actually out there at the LAN, everyone at ESL has been doing it all, and, me, you, everyone else who's been casting the onliner stuff, Debut, Scrawny, all those guys who've done fantastic jobs, seeing it all kind of culminate into the finals. Alternate Attacks versus Euronics, 2 incredibly strong teams. I think it's going to be truly exciting to watch.
Yeah, but you're going to get all of that great footage later, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to tune into the grand finals, and I don't know why you wouldn't, it'll be Alternate Attacks versus Euronics coming up in just a few minutes. We're going to go for a short break. See you then.